On August 2nd, 2022, Beyond Compare Wrestling launched with its premiere episode, World Title Warfare. Now, over 46 episodes later, BCW presents its biggest event ever, a historic event which will be the culmination of BCW's 3-year history. Tonight, partners will fight, rivals will wage war, and mortal enemies will battle for championship gold. BCW proudly presents its marquee event, SLAMTACULAR!
We are live tonight from Chicago, Illinois for BCW SLAMTACULAR Night 2. Night 1 was a very memorable event, and tonight we expect much more of the same. And tonight's card is absolutely stacked just like Night 1. Tonight we have two former tag team partners colliding inside of a solid steel cage. There is no escape. There must be a winner. Adam Ace versus Jacob Akane here tonight. And in the main event for the BCW World Tag Team titles, Hometown Boys NSFW challenge the Exiled. Will NSFW come out with the win and the gold, or will the Exiled continue their dominant streak? And in tonight's opener, match 2 in a best-of-3 series, Los Gomez, they came out with the loss in Night 1. They have their backs against the wall. They need a win here tonight. Can they overcome the BCW Dojo? And as we can see, we are live from the BCW Arena. We are almost ready for action here tonight, but we got to take a recap of BCW SLAMTACULAR Night 1, specifically the main event. It was the finals of the BCW Commonwealth title. It was Tofik taking on Victor Payne. It was Tofik hitting that huge avalanche air raid crash to pick up the pinfall victory over Victor Payne. It was the biggest victory in Tofik's career, defeating the 14-0 undefeated Victor Payne. He was the winner of the BCW Commonwealth title tournament, but he was not the recipient of the first ever BCW Commonwealth Championship because Mr. GM came on the Titantron and announced that it would be Byron Cassidy, the winner of the 2024 Euroslam tournament, facing Tofik, the winner of the Commonwealth tournament. Two tournament finalists going up against each other, but this was total collusion. Tofik had already wrestled for 15 minutes against an opponent that some thought was unbeatable. Byron Cassidy came out fresh, quickly defeated Tofik with that bone flied and tied submission, and now Byron Cassidy is the Commonwealth champion, the first ever Commonwealth champion. But it was Mr. GM who, up until this point in BCW, had remained impartial, had remained a fair and just general manager. He obviously was in some sort of collusion, some sort of unholy union with Byron Cassidy, and it was their game plan that came to fruition on Night 1. Byron Cassidy is the Commonwealth champion. We cannot change that, but Mr. GM has some hell to pay, and there was a press conference held by Mr. GM earlier today to go over his actions from last week. So let's take it to some exclusive footage from Mr. GM from that press conference earlier today.
I've called this press conference to go over a few things regarding my actions last week. First, I would like to formally congratulate our new BCW Commonwealth champion, Byron Cassidy. Byron is on the hottest run of his life and is living up to the potential I knew he always had. I scouted Byron before BCW even began because I knew he was the future of this company, and now he is a double champion and unquestionably the greatest wrestler in the world. But as for my match tampering, as the online marks are calling it, I am the BCW matchmaker, and I have the authority to change, modify, or create any matches I see fit. So the verdict stands. Tofik. No hard feelings, just wrong place, wrong time. Oh, and I have made a special clause in your BCW contract that you are banned from ever challenging Byron for the Commonwealth Championship. So don't waste your energy thinking you are getting a rematch or revenge. Now, I understand the BCW Board of Directors aren't happy with my matchmaking decision and are looking to fire me tonight. Well, I called this press conference to say that I quit. But before I resign, I am issuing myself not only a pay raise, but a BCW manager's license, as I will now be the full-time manager of the greatest wrestler alive, Byron Cassidy. Oh, and one more thing I snuck in. If Benson Hicks is not medically cleared to compete for the BCW World title, then Byron Cassidy will officially be his replacement. That is it. This press conference is over.
All right, and we have the breakdown for this best-of-3 series between the Los Gomez and the BCW Dojo. It is a best-of-3 series with match stipulations. First match, singles. Second match, tag team. Third match, if needed, a 6-man tag. Each member may only participate once for their team in matches 1 and 2, and it will be the full teams of 3 for match 3 if needed in a 6-man tag. And Los Gomez were definitely, they had their backs up against the wall here tonight because, as we can see from this footage, it was Tony Rizzo taking on the Great Gomez in match 1. Tony Rizzo locked in that Boston Crab and forced the Great Gomez to tap out, making the BCW Dojo up 1-0 in this series. So tonight it will be a tag team match. Los Gomez, they got their backs up against the wall. They need a victory here tonight. And it will be Sergio Gomez, the Idol, teaming up with Pedro Loco to represent Los Gomez, taking on Flips Per Second. It is a tag team match, 30-minute time limit. With their backs up against the wall, can the veteran and his apprentice come out with the win?
Making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 465 pounds, Los Gomez.
And here they are making their way to the ring. Mentor on the left and Mentee on the right. Representing Los Gomez, it is the Idol, Sergio Gomez and Pedro Loco, coming in to this tag team match with all the weight on their shoulders for Los Gomez. It was Sergio Gomez who initially threw out the challenge for this best-of-3 series. And if Los Gomez lose the series 2-0, then, well, that is going to be a real embarrassing moment for Sergio Gomez. Sergio, notorious in his BCW career, he is not one who wants to be embarrassed. He is all about representing that idol status. He is all about having everything go his way and be picture perfect. It wasn't picture perfect on night 1. Can it be picture perfect on night 2? Let's find out here tonight.
Making their way to the ring from the BCW Dojo, Flips Per Second, FPS.
And here they are rushing to the ring, 2 young lions. When you look up speed, youth, and exuberance in the dictionary, this is what you get. Will Roberts, PJ Parker, Flips Per Second. They are representing the BCW Dojo here tonight. Can their flippy ways lead them to victory? We're going to find out in our opener. And here we go. The bell is rung. The match is underway. SLAMTACULAR Night 2 kicking it off with the Idol, Sergio Gomez. And what a quick cover already. Only gets a 1 count. That right there is the Idol showing off that 30-plus years of experience. That is sending a message to the young PJ Parker that he is on notice. That is something only a veteran can do. That is something only a veteran knows, is going for that quick pinfall right away. Not to get the pin, but to really show his opponent, his younger, less experienced opponent, that the Idol is in firm control of every aspect of this match. And breaking down the tag team strategies here in this one, we have the Idol, Sergio Gomez, as I mentioned, 30 plus years experience, over 300 pounds. He's going to use that experience and that weight advantage amongst all these younger, lighter wrestlers to hopefully lead his team to victory, as they need the win in this one. Just spamming those head scissor takedowns. And he is teaming up with his protege, Pedro Loco, one of the fastest, most flippy members of the roster. And they, of course, are facing the tag team of flips per second, PJ Parker and Will Roberts. Each one of these men have about 2 years of experience, primarily in the tag team division, which is really going to help them here tonight. Pedro and Sergio, they have competed in one tag team match previous to this one, so they do not have a ton of experience, but Pedro Loco has been trained by Sergio Gomez, and I think having the relationship of the mentor-mentee is really going to pay dividends in this one. They don't have a lot of tag team experience, but they have a lot of training experience, and I think that's going to go a long way here tonight to help them seal the deal. But on the flip side, flips per second, they are so young, so fast, so explosive. And speaking of explosive there, that's a power bomb. That's all the power of a Sergio Gomez right there. 1, 2. And that is where, just as I was mentioning, the power and experience that Sergio brings to this tag team match. Every competitor is about 200 pounds. You got PJ Parker and Will Roberts, they're about 200. Pedro Loco goes about 165. And then you have Sergio Gomez, who's just about at that 300-pound mark. And that is where it pays dividends. You go for a flippy move, Sergio can just grab you, stuff it, and just unleash with that brutal power bomb. And on the flip side there, we got the standing shooting star press from a Pedro Loco. And really alternating between the big man, small man are Sergio and Pedro. And that has really been an effective combination in the BCW tag team division, has been that little man, big man combo. And look no further than the BCW World Tag Team Champions, the Exiled, who will be competing tonight in the main event. They are the perfect embodiment of that big man, small man combo. You have Ultimo Nightmare, who has all that power. You got Xander, who has all the smarts. They put it all together, and they're defending the tag titles here tonight. But right here in this tag team match, can Sergio and Pedro use that same formula? Sergio rolls out of the way and just spams him again with that head scissor. I bet Sergio Gomez has done about 10,000 head scissors in that 30-plus year career, and he just does it so perfectly, so expertly. That's something you can only get after doing it that many times. He has put in his 10,000 hours, as they say, and a big, huge chop there in the corner. Really bringing Will Roberts into the wrong part of town, unleashing with some of these knees. Now going for the press, going for the cover. Oh, hook the leg. Oh, and PJ Parker there. PJ Parker came in to help break up the 3 count. Will Roberts kicked out well before he needed the help. PJ Parker, though, he was already had a head of steam. He was already rushed into Sergio, so why not do a drop kick right to the face of the idol? That was brutal. And that is exactly what flips per second brings. Speed, speed, and speed. They got cardio for days, and that's why I think it is so important that Sergio Gomez opted to team up with his protege in this one to have that big man, little man combo. Sergio does not have the gas tank, which is why it is smart that I think that they did not go with Sergio and his brother, the Great Gomez. They're both older competitors. They both are heavier competitors. They don't have that gas tank. So I think it's smart to split it up. And speaking of splitting something up, a big, huge avalanche Spanish fly from Will Roberts to Pedro Loco. All of that 200 pounds coming crashing down right on top of Pedro Loco's 165 frame. That did a lot of damage. And this is why they are called flips per second. Flipping with that Spanish fly. Flipping off the ropes. PJ Parker now with the drop kick to the head. Really spamming these drop kicks. And now turns his attention to the idol. What's he going for here? Is it a DDT? Nope. Spins it around to a cutter. Takes Sergio off the apron. Flips per second. They want Pedro Loco isolated. He is the smaller man. It's a smart maneuver. And Pedro Loco not to be outdone with another dropkick to the face. This rivalry has really been about tit for tat. Anything you can do, I can do better. And that is the embodiment of what this rivalry is about. It is about one-upsmanship. It is about proving that the other team is better and embarrassing the other team in the process. PJ Parker looking good here. Throws Pedro Loco into the wrong part of town. Is he going to take him into... Oh, Pedro Loco reverses, and he needed that. Oh, but PJ Parker reverses a reversal. It's a chess game. It's cat and mouse. Locking up that arm and really wrenching on it. Oh, and what have we got here? Another avalanche maneuver coming up. This time from PJ Parker. What's he got in his holster? It is an avalanche bulldog. The cranium of Pedro Loco just crashing into that beautiful SLAMTACULAR logo. Oh! Sergio Gomez coming in to break it up, but a little too exuberant, knocking down the ref. The ref is out. We got some of the toughest referees in BCW, but when you have a 300-pound luchador coming crashing down on your back, the referee is still out. Oh, what have we got here? Flips per second made the tag. Double team maneuver sends Pedro Loco to the Shadow Realm. But the referee is down. Flips per second not able to capitalize. And Pedro Loco, he is quick as a cat, but I think he just used up one of those 9 lives right there. So fortuitous that the referee was down. But I tell you this, Pedro Loco, he has got to be rocked. You get a double knee to the face like that. I think he's still seeing stars, but he's getting that time to recover because Will Roberts is on the outside. And now what's Pedro Loco going to do here? His mentor, the anchor of the team, the idol Sergio Gomez, is down on the outside. Pedro Loco able to, just quick as I mentioned, he's quick like a cat, and much like a cat, able to switch maneuvers in midair there. Oh, and just knocking down Will Roberts, and a drop kick to PJ Parker. Pedro Loco's firing up. Can he take out both flips per second by himself? Picks him up, double smash in the knee. Smart maneuver when your opponents are so flippy and springy. But PJ Parker right there to break it up. No chance on that one of getting the win. Pedro Loco walking very gingerly, going to the top rope. Is he going to go for locomotion? It's the Revolutions, and he hits it. All the air rushing out of Will Roberts. Could this be it? It's his finisher. 1, 2. Hooks the leg through. Pedro Loco, he's got to do another big maneuver here quick. That definitely rocked Will Roberts. That was the biggest move of this match so far. Will Roberts gets out of the corner. Quick hesitation. Pedro Loco goes for that single leg crab. We've seen him win matches with that before. He's tapped out opponents before. Can he tap out Will Roberts? And he taps him out. Los Gomez win. Los Gomez even it up at 1-1. They forced the third match in this best of 3 series. And let's take a look at this slow-mo replay. You got to see it in slow-mo to see all those revolutions. Beautiful maneuver. It was not enough. But Pedro Loco able to slap in that single leg Boston Crab. Much like how Tony Rizzo defeated the Great Gomez in match 1. Pedro Loco hooks in that single leg crab and is able to pick up the win. This rivalry is heating up. It's tit for tat. It's anything you could do, I can do better. And what is going to happen in match 3 when it is a 6-man tag? We're going to find out on the next episode. But congratulations to the Idol and Pedro Loco. Massive win for Los Gomez here tonight. All right, and we have the match breakdown for match 2 here tonight. Adam Ace versus Jacob Akane, and this all started between these two when Adam Ace's partner Jason Shields was taken out by Ultimo Nightmare months and months ago. And it was Adam Ace, partnerless, looking to face the tag team champions. He teamed up with Jacob Akane, who also had a beef with the Exiled. And it was a matter of my enemy's enemy is my friend. They both had a common goal. They both wanted a piece of the Exiled. And they got their chance at random draw 3. But it was the Exiled picking up the win 2-0 in that elimination tag. It was Xander eliminating Adam Ace, and then it was Ultimo Nightmare eliminating Jacob Akane with that big, huge, devastating Nightmare Fuel powerbomb. And Jacob Akane, he loves to smash anyone who costs him a victory. He has smashed Xander, he has smashed Adam Ace in the past, and so these two took it to the ring in BCW 46 in the main event, and this was one of the sickest main events we've ever had in BCW, and I say that without hyperbole, because there was about 2 minutes of action near the end of that match that was about the finest that we've ever seen in BCW. But the conclusion of that match came with controversy because it was the Exiled and NSFW that interfered, that forced the match to be thrown out. It was ruled a no contest because they could not keep Adam Ace and Jacob Akane apart from each other. The refs couldn't do it, security couldn't do it, which is why we are running this match back, one of the best matches that we have seen in BCW. But tonight we are adding a solid steel cage. We are keeping out interference, and we are keeping these two locked in, with these two competitors having one of the greatest matches in BCW. What's going to happen tonight when we lock them inside of a solid steel cage? Let's take it to the ring and find out.
Then he's 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighing in at 230 pounds. He is representing the Game Changers and is a former BCW World Tag Team Champion. This is Adam Ace.
And here he comes making his way to the ring. Adam Ace, Tag Team royalty here in BCW. He is one half of the Game Changers, one half of the first ever BCW World Tag Team Champions. His partner has been out, so he has been forced to adopt a new partner in Jacob Akane. That tag team firmly imploded. Now he is going out on a singles expedition. Can he pick up the biggest win of his career here tonight?
Standing 6 feet, 2 inches tall and weighing 350 pounds. He is a brawler and comes to us from the Isle of Samoa. He is the unstoppable force. He is the immovable object. He is Savage Jacob Akane.
And they call him Savage for a reason. The human powder keg ready to always explode here in BCW. Savage Jacob Akane making his way to the ring. Over 350 pounds. He is absolutely massive. He is angry, and that is one of the scariest combinations that I can personally think of. Jacob Akane takes umbrage to anyone that costs him a victory. He's looking to take it to Adam Ace here tonight. And they are lowering that solid steel cage right now, locking these two competitors in. And here we go. The bell has rung. The match is underway. And Jacob Akane lighting the fuse and letting it blow in the first second here of this match. Coming out of his corner using all of his weight and exploding all over Adam Ace. Wow, that is size and power. And Jacob Akane, he does not like it when anyone costs him a victory. He takes real umbrage with that. And that is why these two have imploded. They faced each other on BCW 46, as I mentioned, and there is so much hyperbole in professional wrestling, but I can firmly say, without hyperbole, that it was one of the sickest main events that we had. It was the perfect go-home show before SLAMTACULAR. Oh, and here we go, right into the solid steel cage. Right as I was going to say, how is the steel cage going to play into the second confrontation between these two? And just hitting those headbutts. And those headbutts was the bread and butter of Jacob Akane in the first matchup. But a big, huge flying knee rocking Jacob Akane. And this match is playing out a lot like the first one. It was really tit for tat in the first one. Neither man really had a sustained advantage. It was really back and forth for that whole match. Each man hitting each other with their finisher, each man countering, each man doing something that we haven't seen before, showing off unbridled athleticism on both sides. Sometimes styles make fights, and both of these men, they're hot-headed, and when you lock them inside of a solid steel cage, we might as well call this one a pressure cooker match, because this is a lot of tension, a lot of rage, all coming together in this one, and there is no way out except by pinfall or submission. And look at these two just going back and forth. And again, neither man really securing that firm advantage. And I think if cooler heads were to prevail, these two could be a tag team for the ages. And as we will see in the breakdown later tonight in the main event, the Exiled, they have one loss to their name, and it is to these two. When these two are on the same page, they are some of the best tag team wrestlers that we've ever seen. Goes for the cover here. Lateral press and hooks the leg, but not able to secure it on that one. These two were able to defeat, at the time, the undefeated BCW World Tag Team Champions. They beat them in a non-title match to secure that tag title match that they unfortunately lost 2-0 in the elimination tag, but these two were able to beat the unbeaten. That's how good these two are together, but no matter how good they are together, I think they make even greater rivals, right as Adam Ace gets his back cheese grated against the solid steel there. Oh, and Jacob Akane with a huge shot right to the throat. When you think of shots that really hit the pause button on the human anatomy, you think of perhaps maybe a groin shot, something like that, but getting a huge chop from a big, huge oven mitt like Jacob Akane has, that is going to put the pause button when you get hit in that throat. That's going to cause all your air to rush out. That's going to cause your gas tank to be severely depleted. And with no rules in this one, and Adam Ace sends Jacob Akane into that solid steel, giving him a taste of his own medicine. But Jacob Akane, he's got probably the hardest head in BCW. I think if you're going to throw Jacob Akane into the solid steel cage, you're going to want to throw another part of his anatomy, because that head is like an anvil. We often say that the hardest part of the ring is often the corner bead or perhaps the ring post, but I think the hardest part of the ring is Jacob Akane's head when he is in the ring. And Adam Ace really trying to wear down the vertical base, going for the knees. Oh, and he was waking him up for this knee bar. Heel hook combo. Jacob Akane very quick to get out a submission. Super smart from Adam Ace. He is such a good tag team strategist, and he is applying all that strategy into this singles match here tonight. He is so good at game planning, pun intended, as he is one half of the Game Changers, and he goes for it again. And there is something that we do not know that Adam Ace does. You do not go for a knee bar multiple times. You do not go for a wrestling move multiple times if it is not paying dividends. Perhaps it's by how Jacob Akane winced, or perhaps by how quickly he tried to get out of it. But there is something to that knee bar. I think that's going to be the bread and butter here tonight for Adam Ace. Jacob Akane goes there, hooks the leg. Can he get him off that big back body drop? Adam Ace kicks out. When is he going for it again? Another spike right to the throat. And look at Adam Ace writhing in pain, grabbing his chest. I think all the air came rushing out. And what's Jacob Akane doing here is just stalking him, hitting him with a forearm to the face, saying that he's the man, that he's better, that this is his ring, and he is going to destroy Adam Ace here tonight. What's he got here? Ginormous power bomb. Adam Ace's back has got to be destroyed. What's Jacob Akane doing here? Is he going for that splash? Oh, he's going for that headbutt. As I mentioned, one of the hardest things in BCW is Jacob Akane's head, and he is trying to weaponize it there with that big, huge flying headbutt, but he hits him there with that big Samoan drop, using every single ounce of that 350-pound frame. Oh, and what's he got here? He is stalking him. He is setting him up for something ginormous. And another shot right to the throat. Could this be it? Has Adam Ace's body given out? But Adam Ace able to kick out. And these two men, they've had 3 tag team matches together. So being in your partner's corner, knowing their strengths, their weaknesses, knowing physically what kind of shape they're in, I think that's going to play into this one. That's perhaps why Adam Aces keeps going for that knee bar and why Jacob Akane keeps going for the throat. Adam Ace finally getting a bit of adrenaline there. Ducks it, goes for the clothesline. Beautiful kip up. He is feeling it. The adrenaline coursing through. Can he get the quick win here? 1. Oh, Jacob Akane kicks out. Adam Ace starting to get frustrated. And when you're a hothead like Adam Ace and when you're a hothead like Jacob Akane, you want things to go your way. And when they don't, it pushes up that anger even more. Jacob Akane doing something big. Beautiful maneuver into the Uranagi, slamming him down. Taking all that weight, picking him up, and letting gravity do all the work. Slamming Adam Ace's back right into the mat. Now Jacob Akane on the left side of the ring going coast to coast all the way over. Open Adam Ace with the elbow. Hits him up and goes for that knee bar again. Can he get the submission heel hook? Jacob Akane not as quick to get out of it that time. Adam Ace really wearing him down. And I think the only thing saving Jacob Akane from tapping out to that submission is he has absolutely ginormous quads. His legs are huge. And I think one of Jacob Akane's calves is about the size of Adam Ace's quad. I think one of Jacob Akane's quads is about the size of the torso of Adam Ace's body. What's he got here? Going for the wizard. Kick to the side of the head. Kicking the taste right out of his mouth. Oh, and he's going for the stomp. It's one of his signature maneuvers and he hits it. Center of the ring. Nothing stopping him from getting the win here. Can he do it? Hooks the leg. Every advantage here. 1, 2. And Adam Ace, the look on his face right there is, what do I got to do to beat Savage Jacob Akane? As we've seen from the intro, Jacob Akane, he is 8-1 in singles matches. Oh, and what's Adam Ace doing here? Big, huge moonsault. All the air rushing out of the lungs of Jacob Akane. Now he's working on the arm. He does have that elbow pad. He does have that wrap. His wrist is really wrapped up. Could there be something wrong with the elbow, wrist, shoulder perhaps of a Jacob Akane? Oh, I thought Adam Ace was going up there for another moonsault. If 1 is good, 2 is even better. What's he got here? Ducks down. Hits him with a spinning neck breaker. Oh, and now he's going. He just need to wear him down a little more. Is he going for another one? He does, but no water in the pool. Jacob Akane picks him up, just powering him up. That's an ugly pull-up. Adam Ace's body was limp, but just showing the power. And again, the headbutts. Jacob Akane's rock-hard head just smashing it into Adam Ace's. Oh, and again, and like I said before, if you do a move more than once, there is something to it. It means it's doing a lot more damage than you thought it did. Your opponent moves a little weird, they wince in pain, and you just double up on it. And again with a snap suplex. But the effects are really showing there. Both men's backs are screaming. Both men very slow to get back up. This match has been so draining. And even with the energy levels, Jacob Akane is able to hit a beautiful maneuver there. And now he's going up to the top. Is he going to go for the splash? No, he goes for the headbutt and hits it. Huge headbutt from the top rope. Can this seal the deal? And it does. Jacob Akane picks up a massive win against Adam Ace here tonight. Using that rock hard head, Jacob Akane picks up the win. That is his key to victory. He was trying to hit it all night long. Adam Ace was just wincing in pain from just those headbutts on the ground. Jacob Akane tripled down on it, went to the top rope, and hit him with a flying headbutt, just proving how hard of a head Jacob Akane has. Well, Jacob Akane, he picks up the win here tonight. Massive victory for him. Keeps his winning streak rolling.
The following contest is your SLAMTACULAR main event.
All right, main event time, and we got the breakdown here between NSFW and the Exiled. They first faced off at Beyond Rules 2. And in that match, it was Ultimo Nightmare pinning Jordan Jones to secure the win with that absolutely disgusting Nightmare Fuel to the outside on the ring. And then it was on BCW 46 last week that it was the Exiled coming to the ring to face Adam Ace and Jacob Akane. NSFW, they came in, they ambushed them, then they enacted their Champions Challenge against the Exiled. It was unofficially a draw, but a draw is a lot more than some teams have gotten against the Exiled. So with no time limit here tonight, it is NSFW taking on the Exiled for the BCW World Tag Team titles. And when we look at the tail of the tape, I think it is going to come down to the hometown advantage for NSFW. They got the crowd on their side. They got all their fans on their side. It is really going to play up to their strengths, whereas the Exile, they're very indifferent to the crowd either way, so I don't think that's going to affect them being in Chicago here tonight. But being in Chicago is going to be a huge advantage for NSFW. Can they come out with the win and the gold here tonight against the Exiled? As we've seen the Exiled have that win over them, can NSFW rally here tonight in a traditional tag team match, not in a weapons-filled match like they faced them at Beyond Rules 2 the first time? So tonight, the main event for the World Tag Team titles. No time limit, win by pinfall or submission, a standard tag team match. The hometown boys taking on the most dominant tag team we have seen in BCW, all for the gold on the line. Let's take it to the ring. Let's get this main event kicked off of SLAMTACULAR Night 2.
All units respond.
Making their way to the ring from Chicago, Illinois, at a combined weight of 420 pounds, Old School Jordan Jones and Travis Watts. They are Not Safe for Wrestling, NSFW.
And here they are making their way to the ring, a team that definitely embodies the term unorthodox. These two are unorthodox as they come, and that is one of the keys to their success, is you do not know what they're going to do in terms of their style and definitely in terms of their fashion at any point, and that is why they create a lot of problems for their opponents. Their record is deceiving, 7-6-1, but at one time in BCW, they were on a 6-match win streak. They've had some trouble recently, but they have gotten back on track since Jordan Jones has been back from his injury. Can they put it all together here tonight and come out with the gold?
Making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 540 pounds, the undisputed BCW World Tag Team Champions, Ultimo Nightmare and the Hardcore Icon Xander. They are the Exiled.
And here they are, the BCW World Tag Team Champions, a team that embodies the term dominance in the tag team division, as we've seen their 13-1-1. And when it comes to the Exiled's record, that one at the end, that one draw came at the hands of NSFW. They put a blemish on the Exiled's record. The Exile is looking to correct that here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is for the undisputed BCW World Tag Team Championship.
And here they are putting the gold on the line, looking to defend those tag team titles for the 7th time. It would be an unprecedented number if they're able to do it. And here we go. Bell is rung. Main event is underway. World Tag Team titles hang in the balance. It is Jordan Jones representing NSFW kicking it off here against Ultimo Nightmare representing the Exiled. And a big, huge shot to the throat. We've seen how devastating those were from Jacob Akane in the last match. And Ultimo Nightmare just coming out here and taking a page out of that book and just hitting Jordan Jones right in the throat. And it took all of about 5 seconds for this match to break down into absolute chaos. Abandoning the ring and just fighting on the outside here. Ultimo Nightmare going up. Oh, and here we go. And Ultimo Nightmare gets it back into the ring. I think Jordan Jones definitely wants a piece of Ultimo Nightmare. Ultimo Nightmare, as we've seen from that video package, hit him with that disgusting Nightmare Fuel to the outside. And I think it would behoove NSFW to keep this one in the ring. The Exiled, they are that hardcore and deathmatch team. They want to fight all over the arena. They want to use weapons, but tonight it is a traditional tag team match. They are forced to compete in the confines of the rule book, and I think that's going to help, not hinder NSFW. If NSFW can get on the same page, because Ultimo Nightmare hooking the leg here, and right as I say that, Travis Watts getting in the ring and breaking it up. Beautiful tag team synergy there for NSFW. But Ultimo Nightmare, look at him. Anytime he gets a head of steam, it is going to be something scary. His appearance is scary enough, but what's really scary is the things that Ultimo Nightmare can do in the ring. He is so strong, so jacked, so big, so powerful. He's got all his stats maxed out. Oh, and a bit of a malfunction at the junction in the middle there, and the funky style springboard back elbow. Grinds the elbow right in the face of Ultimo Nightmare. And we say it every time, but Ultimo Nightmare, he wears that mask, which can hinder the breathing. It can hinder his gas tank. And when you're doing a springboard back elbow and you compress that mask into the face of Ultimo Nightmare, that's going to do double damage. And speaking of double damage, choke bomb into the backbreaker. Oh, and this could be it. Ultimo Nightmare is going to set him up for the Nightmare Fuel or choke slam perhaps. Oh, he was going for the Nightmare Fuel, but Travis Watts spins him around. Polish hammer. And Travis Watts, so funky, not just from his attire, but from the things he'll do in the ring. You might think he'll go for a strike, at which point he'll go for a hold. You might think he's going to do a lucha move. He'll do a submission. He really mixes it up. You do not know. I don't even think he knows what's going on in the head of Travis Watts. The fashion is just the tip of the iceberg. These two, they are so good at really mixing it up and really... Oh, and just as I say that, an octopus. We haven't seen that out of Jordan Jones before. It is so hard to game plan for a team where you do not know what they're going to do. You could watch all the footage, and it could do absolutely nothing to help you formulate a game plan. Unfortunately, as Ultimo Nightmare tags in Xander, Xander is one of the best game plan tacticians that there is in BCW. I'm sure he's got a game plan for even competitors that are as unorthodox as NSFW. That is why the Exiled are 13-1-1. But speaking of their record, the Exiled, they were so dominant for so long, but it was that loss to Adam Ace and Jacob Akane that gave them their first loss, and now they have their first draw against NSFW. Are the wheels coming off the track a bit for the BCW World Tag Team Champions? They had such a winning streak. They had no losses, no draws, and now they got one loss, one draw. Could NSFW be in the catbird seat to come out with the BCW World Tag Team titles? With the Exiled having a bit of a shaky streak lately, combined with the fact that NSFW are in their hometown and just going for a big violence party here in the corner. I think we have all the makings for one hell of an upset here tonight. Can NSFW put the pedal to the metal and pull out something spectacular to beat the BCW World Tag Team Champions? And Xander not looking good. He is in the wrong part of town. But able to get out there. Can Xander capitalize, though? He's got to get Ultimo Nightmare back in. Oh, and a misdirect there into the ref. Beautiful game plan from Xander. And it allows him to get to the corner, make the tag. And what do they got here? double big, huge spear clothesline combo, it looked like. And Jordan Jones, he was going for the desperation tag, but Ultimo Nightmare was having none of it. Picks him up, slams him down, goes for that lateral press. Elbow right to the face of Jordan Jones. And Ultimo Nightmare throws him back into his part of the ring. Went for a big shot. Jordan Jones reversed it. Hits him with a big, huge axe kick. Compressing that mask into the face. Could this be it? 1-0. Not even close. Wow, that is how scary Ultimo Nightmare is. Seemingly impervious to pain. That is a signature maneuver from Jordan Jones, is that axe kick. And it seemingly had no effect. And will this have an effect? A choke bomb backbreaker. Ultimo Nightmare doing the damage now. Tags in Xander. And that is the bread and butter of the Exiled. Have Ultimo Nightmare come in like a big, huge nuclear bomb, and then have Xander come in, pick up the scraps, target the most vulnerable points of his opponents. Oh, and what's he got here? Top rope. Oh, Jordan Jones kick to the face. And now NSFW goes for the tag. Travis Watts, the legal man. They are cooking. Going for the maneuver they call cancel culture. It's that death sentence. But Ultimo Nightmare right there to get in. Ultimo Nightmare saving it for his team. And now Travis Watts on the top. Telling Xander to get up. What's he got here? Is he going to look to crown him or do something funky? Oh, and he goes to crown him. Xander saw it coming. Hits him right in the breadbasket, and now a DDT. Oh, and Xander wants nothing to do with that. Tags in Ultimo Nightmare again. A lot of quick, fast tags for the Exiled. Ultimo Nightmare, too much power, reverses that one. But he is in the wrong part of town. He's got to get it back to his side of the ring. Travis Watts able to capitalize. Oh, Ultimo Nightmare like a caged animal, able to get out, and now picks him up on his shoulders. What's he going for here? Didn't want a chance of reversal, just picks him up on his shoulders, carries him all the way to his side of the ring, and now just stomping him out. Really wearing down Travis Watts. Picks him up. I cringe to think what his next maneuver is. Throws him in the corner, goes for a double team maneuver. Are they going to pick him up and hit their finisher with this nightmare pendulum? Picks him up, slams him down, sends him to the Shadow Realm. Could this be it? Will they retain? Lateral press, hooks the leg, and Xander gets it. I think Jordan Jones thought that Travis Watts was going to kick out, but that's a lot of power. And let's see this again. This was a lot of whiplash. I think this did a lot more damage than Jordan Jones thought it would. And it definitely did a lot more damage than I think Travis Watts thought it was going to do. Look at that right there. A double team maneuver from the devastatingly powerful BCW World Tag Team Champions, the Exiled.
Here are your winners and still undisputed BCW World Tag Team Champions, the Exiled.
And I think now the question becomes, is there a tag team in BCW that can defeat the Exiled? They are so dominant, and that is why they are the BCW World Tag Team Champions. And what a card we had for you tonight, and let's go over the results. It was Sergio Gomez and Pedro Loco representing Los Gomez, picking up the win, tying up the series, forcing that tiebreaker six-man tag next week. Congratulations to Los Gomez. I cannot wait for that six-man tag on night 3. Then it was Adam Ace taking on Jacob Akane inside of that solid steel cage. It was Jacob Akane picking up a huge win, improves to 9-1 with that huge diving headbutt. He wanted it, he got it, he used his hard head to secure the victory. And in the main event, the Exiled successfully defend their titles for the 7th time against hometown boys NSFW. It is their second loss to the Exiled, and the question now is, who is going to step up next to challenge the Exiled? We're going to have to find out in a future episode. But speaking of future episodes, on the next episode, Night 3 for SLAMTACULAR, it is the wrap-up It is going to be the best of 3 series. Los Gomez versus BCW Dojo. I'm looking forward to that one. Who's going to come out with the win? And as we seen earlier, who will be the new general manager of BCW? We are going to get an answer next week. That is going to be huge. Mr. GM's out. Who is the new general manager? And BCW World Championship will be defended. Who will Dirty Don defend it against? Byron or Benson? Tune in next time to find out. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you for night 3.